Okay, hello friends. Today we are going to learn about calculation of reactions as well as shear force and bending moment diagram for given beam as shown in the figure. Now, according to the support reaction at hinge support, we will have vertical reaction as RA, horizontal reaction as HA and vertical reaction as RB or VA and VB as a vertical reaction at A and B. So first of all, using static equilibrium equations, we have three equilibrium equation. First one is sigma H is equal to 0, where we are assuming that the left to right force as a positive force, which means that algebraic summation of all the horizontal force is equal to 0. So from figure, HA is equal to 0 as there isn't any inclined load or horizontal load given on the beam. Now taking second equilibrium equation as sigma V equal to 0, where vertical upward force is treated as the positive force and downward force as a negative force, where sigma V indicates that algebraic summation of all the vertical forces are 0. So going from left to right direction, first vertical up direction load is RA or reaction at A. So RA is positive in the upward direction, 30 kilonewton is down, so minus 30. Similarly 20 kilonewton load is downward direction, so minus 20. Now for the UDL, total load is load value of UDL into the distance of UDL. It means that our value is load into distance as a total load of UDL, and RB is vertical upward direction, so RB, which is equal to 0. So from this equation we have RA plus RB, which is equal to 100 kilonewton, and it is equation number 1, where two unknowns are there, so we required more one equation, which is the static equilibrium third condition as sigma moment at any point on the beam is 0. It means that at A point or C point or D or B, wherever we assume the moment, the value is 0. So let us take the left hand point as a moment at A, which is equal to 0. According to the moment definition, moment is the multiplication of total load with the distance of CG of the load to the point where we take the moment. So let us take the moment as for 30 kilonewton load, it is clockwise direction, and assuming that clockwise direction is positive and anti-clockwise direction is negative, hence for 30 kilonewton load it is load into perpendicular distance from A is 2 meter, so 30 into 2 as a clockwise moment. For 20 kilonewton load it is also a clockwise moment, hence 20 into total distance as a 6 meter, so plus 20 into 6. Now for the UDL it is also a clockwise direction, but for UDL we have to multiply total load. It means that the CG of the loading from point D or point B is exactly on the half. It means that our distance of CG is 5 by 2, but we have taken the moment at A, so distance of CG from point A is 5 by 2 plus 4 plus 2. It means that we have to add extra distance 2 plus 4 as we take the moment at A. Now for RB it is anti-clockwise moment, hence it is negative, and total distance from the point A is 2 plus 4 plus 5. It means that it is 11 into RB, which is equal to 0. Now solving this term, we have 11 times RB, which is equal to 605. Hence our RB is equal to 55 kilonewton and the value is positive, it means that our assumption is okay. Now from equation A, we have Ra plus Rb is equal to 100. It means that if we put the value of Rb as a 55 in equation A, we have Ra plus 55 as a 100. So Ra is equal to 100 minus 55 as 45 kilonewton and the value is positive, it means that our assumption is okay. So for the calculation of reaction according to the load, we have to use static equilibrium condition as algebraic summation of horizontal force 0, algebraic summation of vertical force 0 and algebraic summation of all the moments at any point equal to 0, where clockwise moment as a positive and anti-clockwise moment as a negative. Now let us go for the shear force and bending moment calculation. Going ahead for the calculation of shear force, we have the reaction at A as a 45 kilonewton, reaction at B as a 55 kilonewton and HA as a 0. So 0 value is ignored for the calculation purpose. Now going ahead for the shear force, we have to calculate shear force at each and every point as the point under the point load as well as the starting of the UDL and end of the UDL. So A point, C point, D point and B point, we have to calculate the shear force value. So let us go for the calculation of shear force at point A. Now at point A, total unbalanced vertical force to the left or right. So considering the left hand side, we have only 45 kilonewton upward force and according to the assumption, we have upward force in the left hand side direction as a positive value. It means that we have the value SF at A as a Ra and which is equal to 45 kilonewton. Now SF at point C, but at extreme left point, or we can say that the shear force at C left point, which is equal to Ra, as just before the point C the value is vertical 45 kilonewton. So our value is 45 kilonewton up to the point C. Now exactly on point C, the total unbalanced force is 45 upward direction and 30 kilonewton in downward direction. So 45 minus 30, which is equal to 15 kilonewton. Going ahead for point D, similar to point C, if we take just before the point of D, total unbalanced force is 45 up and 30 down, which is equal to 15 kilonewton. And exactly on point D, 20 kilonewtons is there, hence the total value is 45 as a upward direction, 30 downward and 20 downward. So 45 minus 30 minus 20, which is equal to minus 5 kilonewton at point D. Now going ahead for the UDL, we have to calculate point B, but just before the point B, hence SF at B left, which is equal to 45 up minus 30 down at point C minus 20 down at point D, and for the UDL total load is 10 into 5. So minus 10 into 5 as a total load, hence the value is minus 55 kilonewton. And exactly on point B, our value is 45 up minus 30 down at C minus 20 down at D minus 10 into 5 load as a downward direction and RB as a upward direction. So 55 up, and value is 0, which indicates that at the starting point and ending point our value must be equal to 0, hence our calculation is okay. Now observing all the values, we can say that At the starting point the value is 45. At next point from left to right the value is repeating. 45 is repeating. Again for SF at C, 45 is repeating value, minus 30 as a new load. And if we go ahead at point D, then 45 minus 30 is repeating value and 20 is newer load, so minus 20. So from here we can say that our value at SF at DL, which is equal to SF at C. Similarly, exactly on SF at D, we can put the value as SF at DL minus 20, or we can say that the all values are repeating. Hence, for smarter calculation, we are going to use 45 kilonewton first value, then 45 as a repeating value, then at point C directly 45 minus 30, so which is equal to 15 kilonewton. At point D at extreme left our value is 15 kilonewton. Now on D 20 kilonewton is newer load, so 15 minus 20 which is equal to minus 5. Now from minus 5 to point B the total load is 10 into 5. Minus 5 minus 10 into 5 which is equal to minus 55. So we can calculate direct value if we have the value of the shear force at successive point on left hand side. So these are the values of the shear force at different location. Now for the shear force diagram, we have the value of shear force at different point according to the calculation. So let us take one reference line as x-axis. Now at point A our value is 45 positive value, so let us assume the value of point A as 45. So according to rule our diagram is vertical line, so our value is 45. Now from A to C point there isn't any load between A to C, so our diagram is horizontal straight line according to the rule of shear force and bending moment for the point load. Now at point C the point load is acting, so we have to sudden drop or sudden up according to the loading condition. Hence at point C our value is 15. Now from point C to point D there isn't any horizontal load or vertical load, hence the diagram is horizontal straight line. At point D our value is minus 5 according to the rule sudden drop, so minus 5 value. Then for the UDL we have to draw shear force diagram is inclined straight line, and at point B our value is 55. So from 5 to 55 we have to draw inclined straight line, and then again at point B the value is 0, where diagram above the section or reference line is positive while below the value is negative. So figure indicates that the diagram for shear force as the given beam according to the given beam. Now going ahead for the calculation of bending moment. Now for the bending moment we have to assume the notation as positive value for clockwise moment at the left hand side of section, and moment is the multiplication of load into perpendicular distance from the CG of the load to the point where we take the moment. Hence for point A if we calculate the value, then at point A there isn't any left hand side load, so value is 0. Now exactly on point C, according to the bending moment rule there isn't any change due to the presence of point load at particular location, so we do not have to calculate extreme left value or the point value, we are directly calculating the point value. So at bending moment at point C at left hand side the value is 45 and distance is 2 and the moment is clockwise, hence our value is 45 into 2 as 90 kilonewton meter. Now at point D, our value is 45 into total distance 6, which is clockwise, and 30 into total distance 4 as a anticlockwise moment. Hence our value is 45 into 6 positive and 30 into 4 negative due to the anticlockwise moment, and our value is 150 kilonewton meter. Now exactly on point B, our value is 45 into total distance is 11 in clockwise direction minus in anticlockwise direction 30 into total distance 5 plus 4 as a 9. For 20 kilonewton load it is 20 into distance as a 5, and for UDL moment is load into distance as a total load and distance by 2. If we calculate the value, then the answer is 0, and according to the rule, at the left hand and right hand of the beam our value must be 0. It means our value is okay. Now let us go for the bending moment diagram. For the bending moment, we have the value at A 0, at C 90, at D 150 and at B 0. Hence, if we take the reference line at point A, our value is 0, and at point B our value is 0 for the bending moment. At point C the value is 90. So if we take not to scale value as a 90 over here, then according to the rule there isn't any point load between A to C. Hence we have to connect this line by inclined straight line. Hence our diagram is inclined line as a 90 value. Now on point D our value is 150. So and we have to connect this diagram by inclined straight line. Hence the diagram up to the point C D is straight line up to the 90 and straight line up to the 150. According to the rule of UDL, we have to draw a curve in shape of convex or concave according to the loading position. So let us assume the point exactly in between D to B as a E point, having the length from B as a 2.5 meter. Then if we calculate the right hand side of the point E, then moment at E must be equal to 55 into 2.5 anticlockwise moment, and for the right hand side anticlockwise moment is positive. Hence for moment at E the value is 55 into 2.5, and for UDL it is clockwise, hence the value is negative, and UDL is 10, distance is 2.5 as a total load into 2.5 by 2. Hence the total value is 106.25 kilonewton meter. Now exactly at the midspan of the UDL our value is 106.25. It means that our value at midspan is 106.25. It indicates that our diagram is as shown in the figure, where from D to B diagram is parabolic curve, and from C to D as well as A to C both the value is inclined line, where diagram is for positive. So figure indicates the shear force diagram as well as bending moment diagram of given beam. Thus we can calculate the shear force diagram, bending moment diagram as well as the reaction of different types of beam according to the given condition. Thank you.